Hey guys, it's me, Jedi Josman. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're picking off almost essentially where we left off last time, except for one big thing that you'll see when I go downstairs. It's that I expanded all of these generators, so now I have 32, I believe. 16 on top, 16 on the bottom. They're all feeding into this one ender cell, and I did that because up here I'm using these more often now, but they use up so much power that I wanted to make sure I'd be able to fill them back up in a relatively quick amount of time. So I just added a bunch more so that I wouldn't have to worry about running out of power. And then over here, you may have been able to see it, but this looks different than what I had before. This is that automated setup that I was talking to you guys about, and I just have it connected to the main system over here. I didn't do anything else besides these two things, building wise. But all this has is patterns, and these patterns are exactly what I had before, crafted already, which is energized steel, naiadic crystals, spirited crystals, blazing crystals. I haven't done this yet, but I still added a pattern in here just in case. So the nitro crystal as well. And all this is a very, very easy way to automate this. I've seen other ways where they use module routers, which pull the items from one block and push them to another, but there's genuinely no need for that, because all I have is this pipe with the filter on it, and then it puts it right back into this pattern provider. And then in here, I have it set to lock crafting until the primary crafting result is returned. So it won't send anything else into here until it gets whatever it was supposed to be crafting. So if I go over here and I say want some spirited crystals, I click start, and it only puts one in there until, and you can see it says locked, but it's just because it goes so quick it won't say that it's unlocked. So it's going through, and it won't send another emerald in there until whatever it's crafting, in this case the spirited crystal, is returned to where it's supposed to be. Other than that, I just went AFK and I got a bunch of these resources. I did hook up this chest and I hooked up this drawer over here to our main system. I am just going to do exactly what I said I would be doing, and I'm going to upgrade these. So in order to do that, I want to get all of this wireless, because then it just makes building a whole lot easier. So that means I need to build these two things over here, which means I need this crystal assembler. I did break the pattern provider for that, so I'll need to go add another one down here. But this should still be good. I don't think I have, yeah, I only have 6 of 32 channels, so this won't add too much on there. First, we need to build these two things, and for this one, I'm going to make it a recipe, because then I can just request all of these. So now I have it saved in here, as long as I have all of these different things in my inventory, or inside of the terminal. I need singularities, which I need a matter condenser for. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this drawer right now, place it right next to it. So I changed how I have this set up, and it should just be pulling here, but I need it to be, oh, because I need to put something in there. In order to get a singularity, I need a 256 or 64. The 64 I think is going to be easier for me. But now all I have to do is wait for this, and then it should be going. I am pretty easily able to make this right here. Now I have a 16K. And I just need one more bucket of water, and then I'll be able to make this thing. Okay, in this mod, it only has it for water and cobblestone, which isn't bad at all, because I don't really need unlimited of everything else. It would be nice to have one for lava though, but there's nothing for lava. But now I need to make this ME drive, which is super easy. And then I will put it right here. And then when I put this cell in there, then I have unlimited cobblestone. So I added a few more of these on here, and now it's going up a lot quicker than it was. I'm about 1/5 of the way there. So in no time that should be completed. If I do this, it should be crafting one. Yes, and then I need to auto export, and it should, when I go up here, I should have 2 of these. Now I just need this. And now that this is almost done, then I'll be able to take this out, and then I'll go be able to make my wireless connector, and then that's when things start to get a lot more fun. So all I need to do is just wait here for a couple more seconds and this will be completed. So now we have one singularity, and then I come down here, I'll pop all of these in here, and then when I come back up here, I go wireless, and now I have a wireless ME setup. So then what I'm gonna go is go over here, I'll place down this one right here, and what I like to do is on these I like to make signs so that I can see where exactly it is going to, and this one is going to be for my main terminal. Or I'll click on here, I'll go up here, I will temporarily break the block that I have right here, place back this one, and then click it, and now it's online, and this right here has everything that I had that one connected to, and it has, oh, this is nice. This mod looks like it extends a lot of the limits for these things, because usually, or in the last mod pack that I played, it only let you use 32 channels, but this uses 128, which is going to be really nice because then I'll be able to make things bigger without having to add more of these connectors to it. But now what I can do, I'll place this back here so it's reset to the basic. I'll come down here, I'll add this connector to the bunch. I just need to get more of the wireless. I need to add crafting in here, which is what I will do next. So now this platform's a little bit bigger, I will place down this. I'll link it up to what I have over here, and then I'm going to remove these. And in order to get a crafter, I need a crafting crow processing unit, which I already have one of, but I need more. I'll make 2 CPUs right now, so it's 2 of these per one. And now I need to get I think I'm just gonna go with 16 right now because I have to craft all this by hand. And then I'm also, since I have this wireless now, I'm gonna add a way to just automatically break all of these, or break all of the crystals. I make a 64 one. So that's what I'll do, is I'll make a 64 one, and I don't have enough of everything right now to make another one. What I'll do is I'll just take on this side, then I'll place down this and this diagonal, and then this and this diagonal, and you see now it's something. But now this is what I had before, but it can do a lot more things at once. So if I go over here, I have 2 co-processors and then 128k storage, which I believe means I can do 128,000 items. But then what I need to place on top of it is pattern providers and molecular assemblers. So these pattern providers, which you've already seen, provide the patterns, and then the molecular assemblers actually build whatever craft what you need. I'll make 2 of these to get that same layer complete, and then it is placed down in essentially the same way as this was. It doesn't matter which one you start off with. So I'll place these down, and now you can see they're all online. Go over here, you can see that I have these 2 online, these 2 online, these 2, and then 2 from there. They're all online, which means they're all going to be working. So what I'll do is I will go up here and I will set the recipe for this pattern provider. I'll set the recipe for a crafting table, this formation core, this annihilation core, and then this molecular assembler. So all of these are crafting recipes that I just did. So if I go in this pattern provider and I put all of these crafting recipes in there, right now it's going to be pretty slow, but you can see I can request them. So if I request 10, it has everything I need to make 10 pattern providers. And over here, you'll be able to see it, but I think it already finished. And now I have 10 pattern providers, and I'll go over here and I'll make 10 molecular assemblers, but I don't have enough charged Certus cores. So now I have 10 molecular assemblers, and then I'll just go ahead and add them right on top. I usually go 4 high, and you do have to alternate these to be a different side every time, but you can see all of these are online. So I need more of these blank patterns, which I need more Certus quartz. So I mentioned that I want to automate the breaking of those crystals down here. And in order to do that, I'm going to make annihilation planes. And they're not hard to make at all right now for me. But what I want to do is like this one has fortune on it. But in order to get fortune, the easiest way to do that is with an enchanter. But I need dark steel ingots. So that's what I'm making over here in this primitive alloy smelter. I have 4 of these. Then I can come over here and I'll make an enchanter. Just place down the enchanter right here. And in order to get fortune 3, I need 3 emeralds, 3 lapis, and a book and quill, which is not hard to make at all. Oh, but I need feathers. I have some feathers over here, I know. But then I need lapis and I need emeralds. So come over here, boom, boom. And now I have 5 of these, which now I actually need the planes. So I'll do this. Too expensive. It's only gonna let me do it one at a time. But now I have all of these with fortune 3s. So I'll go back to here and I'll get this. And for now, I'm just gonna keep it connected to the main system because it's a lot easier. So I realized what I must do just by looking it up. And I did know this, but I wasn't really thinking. And all I should have to do is disconnect this from only getting power now. But then if I go to this chest and this storage bus, then when I go up here, oh, I have some in my inventory. So I only want it to do that. So I hope that it should only do it when it's the big one. But it's just going, oh, did I get? Yes. All right. So it did exactly what I want it to do. Now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get an import bus and go from here, and anything that's in here is just going to get imported automatically. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is automate these flux crystals, because I should have a reaction. Yes, I have a reaction chamber in here. I'll take a pattern provider, just one, and then what I can use with this, oh, I'll do this one. This is an easy way to just duplicate these crystals, so that's an easy one. I'll need to get the recipe for this, which I'll do this one. So I have these 2, and what else can I make with this? So I think that's all I'm gonna do for now. But when I go down here, I'll come here, place this down, and I'll need another one of those. So I'll place these 2 in here. And then so if I go here, I should just be able to, oh, see, now I need charged. So if I request a bunch of them, it should be going, I hope. Oh, I need to do auto export. And there we go. I just made 100 or so of these flux crystals. So I also did say that I was going to get these right up here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I just have to craft all of these. So I changed the setting in here. I'm used to having these pin. So in here, terminal settings, you can pin auto crafted items to first row. And I don't know why it was turned off on default, but I turned it back on, and as soon as you leave, then it goes away. But it's just useful for when you're doing things and like, oh, I forgot what I was doing. And then you can see what you just crafted, and it may help. Now I have a wireless crafting terminal, but now I need this wireless access point, which I need to make another one of these, which I need some of this crystal for. Now I have this wireless access point, and I'll just place it right there. So wireless boosters, or what's this? Infinity. Oh, if I get the nether star, then I can make this an infinite one. I'm not going to do that right now, but nice to know. So I just throw these in here, which now that can go the furthest that I can make it with these. And now I want to get the magnet so that everything will go into my ME system as opposed to my inventory, which I'll place up here. And now I have this magnet, so I'll enable it and it will pick up into... I'll do my inventory for now. I can get rid of this magnet. But now I have access to this wherever I go as long as I'm within range, which my current range is 528 meters. But then I just made the crafting terminal. I want the wireless pattern encoding terminal. Now I have the pattern encoding terminal, and then I want the pattern access terminal. And now I can combine these, and then if I take this one out of here, then I can combine these 2, and now I have this wireless terminal, and I'll put it back into here. So now I have this, but then I click this and now I have pattern encoding, and then now I can access all of the patterns that I have around the place, and then I go back to the crafting screen. So my next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of the recipes for these things done, which I hope, well, oh wait, I need to do this by number and then descending, and I want to get the extended ones right now. So here we go. Now I have this, and I'll do this in here. So now I have the extended pattern provider. I'll need to get the recipe for, I'll save this, this, and this. Now that I look at it, this may be a better way to do these. So I need printed concurrent. So I need entro crystals and then this one. So I need silicone, entro crystals, and eye of ender. I want smart cables, and I'll just take it right off of here, and I'll leave it in the same spot because might as well. But for now, I'm not gonna do these extended because I can't full. No. I'll wait a second. Yeah, so like I said, if anyone's trying to complete this mod pack and not duplicate items, but this isn't even duplicating items. This is just finding a recipe that's in the game. Because I can take 32 entro dust, 32 flux crystals, make a stack of entro crystals, and those entro crystals can be turned into a stack of entro dust. So now I have this, and I'll get some fluix. And all I need to do, well, I think since I have the recipe, I can just do this. And as long as I put these in here, if I just do that, then there we go. Now I have a stack. And if I go back to the crushing factory, I can do this. And if I do that much, now I have 2 stacks. And all it takes is essentially redstone and quartz. But it's not like I don't have a lot of redstone and quartz. In order to get this, I need Certus Quartz Essence, which I need Certus Quartz Seed for, which I need to get Infusion Altar and Infusion Pedestal, and I need 4 Turium Essence and 4 Certus Quartz Crystal. So I'm just going to break this as soon as I'm done with it. So this is going to be very, very temporary because I'm not getting into this mod right now. And Seed, and it looks nice in the picture, but it doesn't matter where you place these in. And now I'm going to get my Certus Quartz Crystal Seed. And then it should be growing. I'm gonna make this because this, I'll make just I don't know if I need to make multiple of them, but this will slice a block of gold into logic, a block of Certus Quartz into calculation, a block of diamond into all these different things, which is definitely worth it in my books. Now it's time to make one of these because I should have everything once I stop crafting these. So now I can craft this. And it's just got to do that. And now I have an extended pattern provider. So now I have these. I'll place all 3 below here. But then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this. And I'm going to set it to a stack. So it's going to make a stack of these at a time. Just so that it goes quicker. And then I don't need to do that for the ender pearls. But I will do that for the entro crystals. So now I want these extended molecular assemblers. So I have everything but this flux dust having a recipe for, which I can just put in the crusher. And now I can get 10 of these, and then once it's done doing this, then I'll get 10 of the other ones. So while I'm waiting for this one, I'll explain to you what I'm gonna do. I am gonna add another one of these here, and then that'll make it so I can actually do more crafts at once. And I'm gonna get 4 of these with the extended providers and everything, which means I'm going to need more of these storages. So I'm going to break all of this right now and then place all of this down so that when I want to see if I can make this 8 high, then I will, or 5 high, but I think I'm just going to go with the 4 that I've done so far. So then what I think my game plan is going to be is that I'm going to not use these inscribers, but instead, I will be using circuit slicers. And then I will be using the crystal assembler, which are both part of extended AE, because the circuit slicer, it does take a lot to craft, but it makes getting all of the different circuits a whole lot easier. And then the crystal assembler makes putting them together a whole lot easier. And now I should have the circuit slicer, which I'm going to remove all of these. Alright, so I just went out and there was a volcano that I found and it had some skystone on it, so I just grabbed some of that because I needed more skystone in order to make this crystal assembler. And now I can make another crystal assembler. Perfect. I will like to set up the crafting recipes for these. And then now I need my crafting. So I need to automate those. And then I need my co-processing. I'll automate those. But I'll do this and this and this. And now I have another CPU. Now I'll just extend these out here. And I will do it like such. And add, I'm thinking I'll add 3 on top of here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap, well no, I'm actually going to keep this. I'm going to expand the room, but then I'm going to take, when I went out, I got these 2 spawners, and I got a witch spawner and a wither skeleton spawner. And I use silk touch, and you are able to pick them up. So I'm also going to go grab my blaze spawner. And maybe I'm also going to go see around and fly to these islands over here and see if I can't find a spider spawner. I imagine there'll be something of the sorts around so that I can get the string that I need for the wool. And then I'm going to build a spawner, which is going to be essentially the exact same thing as the blaze spawner that I have over here in the nether, but it's just going to be bigger with more spawners. So I want a blaze spawner, a wither skeleton spawner, spider spawner. I'll do a witch spawner, and I think that's good for now. I will place down the witch, the spider, and the wither skeleton spawner. Then I need to make them all redstone control. The blaze spawner is also redstone control. So I have the spawners placed down. I want to kill this bat, but I have the spawners placed down, and I have this redstone quill, and I believe all I do is click. There we go. Now I have redstone placed on here. I want to remove that. Now so all I do is click on the block at like the bottom and it draws it. And if I click in the center, then that will mean that that block is going to be powered. So if I draw on the side here and the side, then I can connect. All right, I already have that one connected. So now I'll do the same thing, and I'll click in the center, and then that one's connected. So now if any of these things get powered, then they will all be powered. So I'm just going to remove these. I'll connect this all the way up to the top, in which I will be placing a lever, and then I will be pairing the lever to there. There we go. Now they will turn on, and if I get out of here and go back down here to where I'm not inside and they can't see me, I do actually need to place down the mob mashers, but I don't think I'll be able to with all of these mobs here. And if I turn it back on, then all of these mobs should be spawning in. It will be loud since I'm standing right here, but well, that's all going into my inventory too, so I do not want it to go into my inventory. So I just upgraded this chest. I have all of the things I want in here, so I think that we're good on there. I just turned this on. It was turned on for about 10 seconds, and I got 6 wither skulls. And I'll turn this on, and I will have it on. I'll count so you can see what it's at right now, and then I will leave it on for 60 seconds. So I'll set a timer for a stopwatch for 60 seconds. I'll turn it off, and we'll see what I have. Alright, so this was running for, that 60 seconds that I told you about, and I got all of this. So I don't remember exactly what it was at before, but I know I didn't have 232 wither skeleton skulls, and I know I didn't have 1,000 blaze rods. I would say that this is a pretty successful farm, and it's not hard to make it all like you guys saw. There are more upgrades that I will be adding to make it better and everything. And then I also added in this magnet upgrade, the advanced magnet upgrade, because this absorption hopper is just way too slow. So I just muted the sounds for the most part, so it's not really annoying for you guys to listen to. This is going in active speed. It's picking up everything as being dropped, and this is how fast all of these resources are coming in, which I think is amazing for me, because string is something that I need. Gunpowder is something I'll probably need eventually. Wither skeleton skulls I can do, so I can kill the wither. Redstone, unlimited redstone. Blaze rod's the same thing, and it's not hard to make it all. I do need to do that no AI thing, so going to the end is something I'll need to get on. But right now I want to get this wireless set up. So I'll put it right here, and then I'll go home. I'm gonna add an elevator in eventually, so I don't have to do /home. I'll place this here. Let me get my signs, and this will be for mob farm. Pair it up, and then let me get a smart, and then I need a bus. So now this is in my storage system, and I want to make this be, I don't want anything to be inserted in here, so I'll put it at a super low priority. But other than that, this farm's good. So right here, if I get elevator, so it'll bring me close, and I always have my jetpack, so it'll be pretty easy to go up. But what was I gonna do? Oh yes, that's what I'll do now. Since I have all of this like done so far, I'll get this tinted glass. I'll get wither skulls. There we go. Now I have 42 soul sand. I'll break this in case I need it later. And then another mod that I'm going to be getting into right now is going to be hostile neural networks. And this will be the last thing that I do today, because I've done a lot and it's already been almost 3.5 hours, and I have other things that I need to do in my life. So the first thing that I'm going to make is this deep learner, which I need these for. So I have a deep learner, and then I need a model framework. So I need to get some stone, and now I have a model framework. In the shop, I just unlock this. I'll use these 3 gold coins, and I will get the basic chicken data model. And you know what? I might as well spend some more coins and get the sheep one as well. So the simulation chamber is going to go on top. So I'll just get some cobblestone so I can build. And what I'll do is in the bottom here, I'll place down 2 loot fabricators. Underneath them, I will need to do, okay, I need to import into the system. So on both of these, I'll be importing. And then on top of them, I'll get some pipes. And I'll do this. I'll disconnect them. On top of these, I'll get 2 loot fabricators. And then another thing that is in this is a import-export bus. So I need to make a bunch of these. So just for now, I'll make 2. So I need export. And then on the top, I'll place down this and this. And then another thing that I'll need from this is these prediction matrices, which are super cheap to make. So I'm going to teach a recipe for them. So I have these, and then I'll need some crafting cards, which are also super cheap to make. And then in here I'll place this, and then this, and boom, and boom. I will also need power, so I'll need my universal cables. And then I'll place this in here, and then this in here. And just for now, I'm going to place these in manually, but you'll see that when I place these in, this will start to go up, and it's going to go up relatively slowly. And you can see model accuracy, model tier, and then whatever it is. So it used up one of these, and I don't know, it failed. All right, so it failed. It did give me a generalized overworld prediction, which I can use those to make a bunch of different things. But if it succeeds, then something else will go in here, and that will be a sheep prediction. And the sheep prediction will go in here, and I can decide what I want. So I'll do the same thing with the chicken over here. But then I do need to hook all of this up to my system. And it should be, as long as I have enough stuff to craft them, then it will be crafting them. And I don't know if I have enough stuff anymore to craft. Yeah, I'm out of clay. So for right now, I still have to do this clay manually, which isn't the end of the world, but I do want to get this eventually automated. So productive bees is another thing that I'm going to have to be getting into soon. But now I have a bunch of clay, and are any of these? No, none of them. None of them has, oh, this one succeeded. So this one, you can see I have the sheep prediction in here, and since I can pick from any color of these wool, or I can do mutton, but I'll just do white wool, and that will be, since that's what I have. But then I also need to connect up the things on the bottom here. So the white wool should be getting taken out of here. Whenever the chicken one succeeds, I'll do the chicken one. But this is mostly done. But then with the wither, I'm going to come over here. I'll turn off hover. And then I'll just build a little cage so I can kill it. Now it's time for the fun time. So I'll place this, this, this. I'll quickly click on him and run away. Okay, perfect. Alright, so then I'll put the wither in here. I have to kill 6 withers for this to be good. But then I'll be able to get unlimited nether stars. But now it's dead. I have a nether star. There's 6 remaining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get smite. Here we go, smite. So I need rotten flesh, lapis, and a book and quill. Smite 5. So when I go in here and do this a second time, it should be a lot quicker. 3 more to go. 2 more. 1 more left. And now I've killed all of the ones that I need to for now. I've got enough feathers for now, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with the wither instead of the chicken. Oh, and we already have 1, so I'll click on the nether star, and then now I will be getting nether stars automated without me doing anything. So I know that I say this every episode, but today we genuinely have done a lot of work. Completely wireless ME system, automatic of the crystals, and then an easy way to duplicate them. Automatic crafting. Set up with hostile neural network started. This has been compressed. I did this in between episodes, so there's more power. And not even to mention this giant mob farm that's all the way at the bottom of the world down here that is so incredibly fast that I don't think I'll ever need as many resources that this is producing. So I am incredibly proud with what I've managed to do today. And that just makes it easier for the things that I'm going to be doing in the future. But with all of that said, I will see you guys next time. See ya.